Hello there. Good day. Welcome to the brand new series of What's in the Egg, Rob. We've made an effort this time, haven't we, mate?
You're trying to. We're back after. We're back after such a long time. We need to kind of step it up.
Up the ante. We're struggling to breathe, so we're going to crack on. So, for this Halloween special, Rob, what is in the egg, my man?
Let's find out. I'm not supposed to say it, am I?
No. Pull it out and go, ooh. Wait for it to shut.
Dispose of the egg.
The egg is retreated. I'll be honest, mate. I can't see a thing in this anyway, so you can do what you like to me if you want to, or you can pull anything out. But I'm having a guess.
Are you going to have a guess?
I'm going to have a guess, since I'm dressed like this and you're dressed like that, it's Halloween. Is that right?
It is indeed.
John Carpenter's Halloween.
The original.
The original one.
I'm going to have to take this off. I'm going to do a Nick Castle.
Go for it, mate. I'm leaving this on a little bit because I think I've mastered the art of balancing these glasses on my head, which is a fucking full-time job, Doug.
There you go, you're
a bit of screw you with. It's really hard, and I can't see anything, so it's probably better.
So,
very milky.
Yes, you was correct with the guess.
Thank you. How did he? A quick question before I get. How did he do anything with anyone with this fucking thing on his head?
Well, I don't think he moves much in that.
Does he not?
Thing, yeah. I've no idea what's going off with my ears, by the way.
I can't see him do it. It's a weird disguise, don't you think?
This one, I liked it. If anyone's seen this film, if you're a horror fan, I'm sure you've seen it at some point, and I think it's one of the best scenes in the film.
The bedsheet thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it is. It's kind of like what you used to do.
Boobies and bedsheets.
Boobies and bedsheets. I like that. That's another film, isn't it? But yeah, I suppose so. When you're like doing a scary thing, you're going to put a sheet over your head, aren't you?
Yeah, it was like taking it down to bare bones. But anyway, we're digressing. When 1978 this came out, so we were far too young to see it.
Yeah, I was 2, so you would have been 3 or 4.
3 or 4, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you remember the first time you saw it?
I do, and unfortunately I was a bit too old. I missed the boat on this massively.
I think this is where we're both falling, isn't it?
Yeah, I think this is where we're going to go a bit...
where people are going to hate us.
Massively so, because this was seen when, I think I was not that long ago, it's probably about 10 years ago when I saw it.
Wow!
Yeah. How about yourself?
I must have seen it. Now, I don't know if it's controversial. I think the first one I saw from the old Halloween saga was part 3.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the first one I saw.
That's the one with that Michael Myers in it?
It is, yes. Personally, my favourite, but it splits a lot of people. So that was right in the middle of like when I was just watching horror films every week, and just the cover artwork for that. I mean, this has got great cover artwork, but I think part 3 Season of the Witch has got some seriously creepy artwork on the front of it. But I'm digressing again.
Yeah, going on about this one.
So I must have gone back and watched this at some point. I probably saw like 4 and 5 when they came back, and then retraced this one back. But I think this is where we both agree, and where we're going to upset lots of people.
Yeah.
Where in the ranking of horror films and slasher icons, Michael Myers comes in probably right at the back end.
For me, definitely, and I think obviously for yourself as well. I've said this before, I got spoiled with the Freddy Krueger stuff.
I think so, yeah.
And sort of the way he kills people, and how clever the character was. Obviously, Michael Myers doesn't say anything, but the lore of him is really interesting. I find that more interesting than the films, the start of it. You know, when he's a kid and stuff like that. And that's why I go, again, digressing slightly to the Rob Zombie ones, where you see a little bit more of that.
We'll touch on the zombie
right,
one. We'll touch on the
before everyone bails already.
They don't like Halloween, and they're going to talk about Rob Zombie's Halloween. Where are they going with this?
Okay, so we'll start with this one then. I was late to it, and I think if you watched it after, say, if you were like 20, 30 years late to it, you could appreciate what he did for the sort of slasher films and stuff. But at the same time, it's just a bit daft, I think, and I don't.
Daft, right?
Yeah, I know they all are daft, aren't they, horror films? But this one, it just held no fear because I was an adult. So it was like in the first scene, the blood looked like proper watered down ketchup.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just think if you watch that first scene again, as good as it is, it's still not amazing. Especially with like today's standards, which you can't really judge it against. But
Yeah.
I was, because I was a bit older.
See, watching it, I rewatched this again because I thought I've got to rewatch it to see if I still feel the same. I think the intro music and scene with the pumpkin is amazing.
Yeah, I love
think
the music.
It's great.
Yeah.
Well, the music's like undeniable. But yeah, it's you. How did you feel about? You said you didn't like how it looked. Now I thought it looks really nice.
It looks like a film in the 70s, which is supposed that's what it was made, obviously. But it just looks, I don't know, it's a bit TV. And I
Really?
think,
Wow.
Yeah, I think there's bits where sort of the iconic bits don't grab me, where he steps behind that edge. It's just asking for scary movie to take the piss out of it. I know that came later, but it just is, isn't it? It's like, oh, he's gone. He's gone beyond that edge, Doug. It's not gone far.
But that is in the flip side of that. Does that show how successful this was, and again how groundbreaking it was that it becomes that?
Definitely. I mean, I can see it. I'm not sort of blind to the fact that why people love it. And if you watched it in its day, you'd be like, Jesus, it's the first one that came out that was groundbreaking, and you have to acknowledge that. It's a bit like saying about King Kong. If you watch that now, you go, Jesus, that looks horrendous, stop motion. But at the time, it opened up doors that the reason why film is like it is today, which is obviously not that great anyway. But yeah, the suspense wasn't there. If you watch something like, I don't know, compare it like The Exorcist, you watch that, and the suspense is still there.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know it's a few years older, but I'm saying with The Shining and things like that, the suspense is still there. Nightmare on Elm Street 1.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just think I don't know, I just didn't buy it, to be honest. I can't explain why it's not.
Just doesn't hit the mark for it. Yeah.
No, I don't think so. And again, we've gone back to the spoilt with the other characters that have got, to me, a lot more interesting.
I think so, even with like Jason Voorhees, because they've kind of gone down the creative kills route. But again, I think that's what people like about Michael Myers. He's just a cold killer. You don't know nothing about him.
Yeah.
Doesn't say anything. I think that's the appeal.
That's the fear of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no sort of, I suppose it's a bit of a revenge, not a revenge thing, but there's no sort of rhyme nor reason. Mm-hmm. And
that's what makes it scary.
Yeah, maybe I've missed the sort of the meaning of it there. But again, it's about anything. If you watch a film and like, are you entertained? Did you think that was it scary? And unfortunately for me, it's like not really and not really.
There's lots of walking in this film as well. I'm rewatching it. Lots of
yeah,
lots of scenes of people walking, which whether that's a reflection of the budget and padding out time, perhaps. I don't know.
Potentially. I mean, John Carpenter's a genius. I said, and I'd look like The Thing and things like that after that, and he's just done some incredible stuff. But I just think, I don't know, it just doesn't hit the mark. You're right, it's padded out with loads of walking. And it's just a bit boring.
Let's talk on some positives. What things do you like about
quickly. The score.
Score, yeah.
The fact that I'm going to nick one of your facts here. It's got The Thing in the background in one scene.
Yeah, if people are watching closely, one of the films they're watching in one of the babysitter scenes is The Thing, the original black and white from whichever year it was, which John Carpenter would later go on to remake.
Completely different, I like, but yeah, did remake it really well. What else? Thank you. I can't see. What else do I like about it? I like the fact, and I can appreciate this, that it's set up like the other films in that genre. It sort of spawned that genre. Yes. That's appreciation for it. So I'm not going to completely badmouth it, but it's something that's not definitely not a go-to film. I've only seen it a few times, and I try my best to like it, and I just can't. But yeah, as far as good things go, obviously Jamie Lee Curtis, the birth of Michael Myers. But I like exploring lore and like what made him. Do you know what I mean?
You like that side,
sort of stuff.
Cool. Again, what people didn't like about the Rob Zombie film, they thought that gave too much information away. I like the fact in this film. I love how the day. It's basically Halloween day, so it starts off nice and bright where they're going to school and stuff. I love how the day progresses and it feels like a late autumn day as the sun's setting. I like all that aspect of it. I love how conscious they was about that. I love the famous Michael Myers kill. We spoke about it earlier, where he pins the dude to the wall and he just tilts his head. Stuff like that is super creepy. That works really well.
So go on, I've explained very badly why I'm not a massive fan of it. So why aren't you a massive fan of it?
Again, the thing we both agree on, we were spoiled. We were late to the party. My big horror obsession was the Nightmare on Elm Street films. You had a character with so much about him, not only the way his creative kills, he actually spoke, he was funny, but still scary in the first few films with Freddy Krueger. So anything less than that, and you see all these people going crazy for it, it's like, well, really? Have you seen Freddy?
Yeah, good point. Yeah. So hopefully there's a lot of Freddy fans watching this going,
Yeah, baby.
Totally agree on that, mate.
And again, you could argue, I'm doing the Nick Castle pose. Nick Castle, who played, well, there's a couple of people played Michael Myers in the first Halloween, which goes to show how much Robert Englund embodied Freddy Krueger. I mean, this is like a Nightmare on Elm Street fan piece, but I'm just using it as a comparison, because Robert Englund played Freddy Krueger throughout. Other than the remake, he played him in every film. They replaced him in part 2, and you can see the bit where they replaced him because it looks shit.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Whereas I think 3 people played Michael Myers in the first one. Nick Castle was just asked. He was a friend of John Carpenter's, I think. Nick Castle, who went on to direct Last Starfighter as well, which is quite interesting. But I don't know. I guess they had several actors throughout the rest of the series, as they did with the Jason Voorhees character, until kind of Kane Hodder became the guy to embody it.
It's a bit easier though, isn't it, when you've got an actual proper mask on?
Yeah.
To sort of just go, stick that mask on, mate, and just have a walk.
But then Freddy Krueger masks that go around these days, they look pretty dang
they're very good, aren't they? My glasses are coming.
Are they coming off?
It's all right.
Oh no.
They are very non-functional, trust me.
But one thing I'm going to say must have been cool, if you love this film when it came out in 1978, came out the same year as Superman and Grease. I mean, that's imagine like those three films coming out. Like, I guess people say, oh, it's only like Barbie and Oppenheimer coming out at the same time. But
I suppose there's that argument. You're right there, but obviously, they're like super hits, aren't they?
Yeah, they're like massive. Can you imagine those 3 films came out, and totally different films. Like, well, some people consider the greatest horror of all time, perhaps one of the greatest superhero films of all time, and one of the greatest musicals of all time. Boom, 1978. And Star Wars would have still been going strong as well.
There's still a cinema on it. We probably just got it in this country. And we were like just scratching around in nappies, shitting ourselves. So we wouldn't have seen any of them. They put them on television, obviously, when they came later on. And then obviously Halloween when I was in my 30s. So I proper missed that one.
But obviously we don't know shit because people love this film.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it'd be interesting to see if anyone wants to comment underneath and not just put you fucking wrong, but actually why we're wrong. And prove us wrong, and I'm more than happy to go, you're right, dude. I'm sure there's some filmmakers out there or super fans that can put us right, and I'm more than happy to be proven wrong as to why. I mean, you listen to the guy whose favourite one is Halloween 3 and really likes the Rob Zombie film, so what the hell do I know? But in defence of Rob Zombie's film, I mean, if he's going to remake a classic, he was in a no-win situation. He could do it scene for scene. People say you've got no ideas. Or what was his other option? Show where Michael came from. Yeah, I think they were, with that one, you're on dodgy ground because people are just ready to shit on it straight away. A bit like the Nightmare on Elm Street one. But I think the Nightmare on Elm Street one, I'm talking about, is the fact that you've not got Robert Englund in it, as you say, and instantly you're taken out of that. Yeah. With the Rob Zombie one, it's still got the Michael Myers stuff on. It's like the new Halloween ones. It's the same mask, the same sort of performance, if you know what I mean. So yeah, there's more of an argument there, I think. I think just Rob Zombie gets a bad press. I do like that film though, and people say, oh, he showed too much of the backstory, you almost start to sympathise with him, which I remember watching that film, and I was thinking that, it's like, I'm enjoying this, I like what he's doing, but is he trying to make me sympathise with him a little bit? But then it gets to the scene with Danny Trejo, who's been his friend. Exactly, sorry if you've not seen it. He kills him, and you just realise that the Michael as a kid is gone at that point. Yeah, that's what I think is a really good bit about that film. Where it's
that was the switch.
It's sort of like, actually, no, he's a complete cold-blooded killer. Yeah. So that sort of backs up the argument of the original. I think we're digging massive hole here. We're going to get so much shit for this.
Like, we wanted What's in the Egg Rob to come back. We don't now.
Yeah, it's just this one of my favourite films. But again, just give us a reason to like it.
Yeah, we're open for discussion.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
if you want to come and watch it with us and try and talk us round, then we're all up for that as well. Because we're going to be doing that with a few films, but this one in particular, because it's I don't think I've met anybody else who doesn't really particularly like this one. Have you?
Not many. Like I say, people are like, it's like hallowed ground, so that's why we thought we'd We're not doing
And
a big
also, I think-
controversy. We have this
No, we're
discussion
not.
many times.
Definitely
don't
not. We were going to go and come and kiss its arse, but we thought we've got to be honest. We're not, definitely not doing it for like, oh, just do it because just to bash it. It's like one of them things that both of us don't particularly like it.
we? You decided to wear a sheet, so no one
Yeah,
can
so
see
no one
your
can
face. So no one can
identify
stone
it.
him when you walk out. That guy, well, we know what the short arse guy looks like.
Yeah.
The guy with the
I like, yeah,
bed sheet
well,
on his head, we don't know what he looks
it's
like.
going to come off in a sec.
Is it?
Yeah, I can't. I'm sweating. Yeah,
He's sweating, Doug.
just in case you want to have a pop. I'll leave this on like this, like I'm at hairdressers. Got no hair. It's a lot better.
Is it?
Yeah, oh God, yeah. It's horrible in there.
So yeah, we're starting off hot
Yeah.
with what's in the egg rob.
But also, very quickly on that, I think they've cocked it up themselves with Halloween as a series.
Okay.
Because have you seen the timeline?
Okay, oh,
It's like a
all over the
diagram of
place.
veins in a human body. It just goes, oh, if you've seen that one, you don't need to see that one. It's like, Jesus Christ, how complicated is this?
Yeah.
Is this series of films? Yeah, so that's another thing. I'm not really a massive.
Okay.
Again, Michael Myers, just walk a bit faster than him. You're out of trouble. Tip.
There's your Haddonfield.
That's the tip.
When in Haddonfield, walk a bit faster.
Walk a bit quicker than Michael Myers. No problem. Avoid Jamie Lee Curtis. Any other tips?
That's it, I think. All good.
Excellent.
Alrighty, well, thank you for watching.
Thank you so much.
Hope
See you
you've
on the next
enjoyed it.
series.
Halloween night. A small American town. 15 years ago. Michael? Halloween.
I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil. I think he'll come back.
Exploring uncharted territory.
Totally charted.
Just talk.
Sure. The only reason she babysits is to have
Halloween.
Come on out.